Hey everybody, it's Ian the Off Kilter Crafter. I hope you're having a great day today. Today we're going to be putting together this card in the series of cards that seems like it might take 5 minutes, but instead takes like 20 or 30 or an hour or whatever it is right now. Seems to be the trend lately. Anyways, watch as I put this recycled piece of paper to good use and create some... I love this card a lot. I'm loving the aesthetic and the message, and I always knew I was going to have a great place to use this stamp set, and this seemed to be the perfect opportunity for me to do that. So let's stop talking about it and let's go ahead and put this card together. Starting off today, I'm going to be using this Erin Condren insert that it was, I don't even know how to describe this really, but basically I ordered some small sticky notes that fit inside the Erin Condren planner for my brand new planner, and on the inside it looked like this. So how could you not turn this into a card or do something with this? And this really gave me inspiration, and I thought it was going to be an easy one. Again, another one in the series of like, oh yeah, this will take 5 minutes, when in fact it took much longer. Today I'm going to be using the Close to My Heart stamp set, Diamonds Are Forever, which is C1629. I realized that this one has a Cricut cut to it that coordinates with the Shine On You Crazy Diamond, but I forgot how to do this, so I actually had to phone a friend and get Tabitha Carroll from Shutterscape Creations on the phone, and we spent some time figuring this out because she couldn't remember off the top of her head either, but we both got it figured out, and I went ahead and cut the shapes that I needed today on the Cricut. So I have the Shine On You Crazy Diamond little placard thing, and then I also have the shape for the diamond as well. So I'm going to be using these cutouts to do some stamping on and all sorts of fun and craziness. So let's go ahead and clear some of this away and we'll get started. I think I'm going to start off with the stamping before I start cutting our background. For my first image, I'm going to be using the Shine On You Crazy Diamond image from this stamp set, as you can see here. By the way, this stamp set coordinates with the Artistry Cricut cartridge, so you can use that to work with those images. I'm going to use some Versa Fine ink and I'll stamp it onto this. I was originally going to put this into my stamp platform to help me get everything lined up the way I wanted it to, but it was proving to be way too difficult, so I'm just going to do this. My head's probably going to be in the way in the shot, sorry guys, but I'm going to line this up as best as I can and then stamp it and make sure that I get good pressure, because it would be really hard to stamp this again on it. And it came out perfectly. Love that. Yes, I love when things work like that. As you can tell, I get very excited about it. So, all right, let me get this cleaned up and we'll move on to the diamond. Okie dokie, I'm gonna use some Emerald ink from Close to My Heart. I love these stamp pads. I don't know why I don't bust these out more, because I love the magnetic abilities of them, I guess. Makes it really easy and simple to work with them. I'm going to, this pad may be a little dry because, like I said, I haven't used these in a little while, so it might be a little dry, and I'm just going to do a little test before I officially go over to the cut, because the stamp was looking a little weird too, and it looks like it's doing okay now. I think I should be okay as long as I just ink everything up nicely, which it's looking like it will ink up nicely. So that one came out a little more rough. We'll see. Let's see if I can get a good image. Okay, here goes our true test to see if I can get this inked up nicely enough, which it's looking like it will. Once I stamp this, I'm going to, you notice that I have the tweezers out, because I'm going to try and heat emboss this. My head's in the way again, sorry guys. Not horrible. That's not bad. That's not bad. There's a little spot on there that's driving me crazy, and I think it's just like left over from the stamp itself, some like muck or something. I don't know what it is. But anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Brutus Monroe icicle, and I'm just going to take my tweezers and lock this part in, because there's no good place to grab this shape at. So I'm just going to pour that over the whole thing. Tap off the excess. Even if there's some left over on the edge, I think that's fine. No big deal. Alright, there's our emerald, and it's got a nice coating of some embossing powder on it, so it's nice and thick and shiny. I had to go back several times and heat it up, so I would pour another layer of embossing powder while it was still hot, heat it up, pour another layer on, pour another layer on. I did like 3 or 4 layers actually, so did a couple layers to get it all nice and shiny and textured. Alright, I'm going to use my Simon Says Stamp stitched rectangle dies, and I'm going to use my largest one. And I haven't cut this down because it fits perfectly through the machine, so I don't have to worry about it not being the right size, or I also can use the outside as a frame for something, so excited that I'll be able to get multiple uses out of this one. And I think I'm going to line it up. I got to look at it over here to make sure it's all lined up the way I wanted it to. And I was about to cut it crooked, although it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter because you're not going to be super focused on that, I don't think. Trying to get it lined up as best as possible, and then we'll run it through the die cut machine. The Cuttlebug. That's what I meant to say. We'll run it through the Cuttlebug. Okay, that almost didn't want to cut out because of how thick this cardstock is. It's pretty intense cardstock, so it's not super easy to cut out, and I see where the die left some areas where it like imprinted into it. Not a big deal though. I mean, it's gonna look like a decoration, so it's not huge. But look, you could even turn this into a picture frame. Wouldn't that be super awesome? Like, that's a really cute little frame. So I'm keeping this section. Don't want to throw it away. I can either cut it down to be like the front of a card, so have this be, you know, like the very thin border around the edge, or I don't know. I'm not throwing this away because this is awesome to use somewhere else, so I'm gonna hold on to that. This is the part that I need for today's project, and it came out beautifully. Love that a lot. So now what I'm gonna do is I have some Neenah Solar White 110 pound cardstock, and I'm gonna use my Tombow Extreme adhesive to put this onto the card panel, my card base onto my card panel. I'm using the stronger adhesive because this cardstock, like I said, is a little more intense, a little heavier than what a standard weight card base would be. What a card panel would be, so I'm just gonna make sure it's really stuck on there quite nicely. And since we're not gonna be taking up the whole thing, I have to line this up. Hopefully I get it somewhat straight on here. We'll see. That's pretty darn close, and I think we'll go with that. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab my Shine On, and we'll use some foam adhesive for this one. So flip it over onto the back and do a little bit of that. I'm also gonna put some foam adhesive onto the diamond shaped as well, or the emerald. I mean emerald, it's an emerald. Okay, for this part I have my foam adhesive on the back, and I'm just gonna stick it down, probably right in the center. I think makes the most sense. So I'll put it right there. Hopefully it's semi lined up correctly. And then I think for this shape, I'm just gonna put it, let's see, do I put it down here? Do I put it off the side? This is always the fun part. Honestly, I probably could have cut out either more of them or done several different things, but I think, Okie dokie, there's our card, and we got the beautiful shine there from the emerald. Once I figured out how to do the cut for the Cricut, it didn't take long at all to put this card together, but gosh, it always seems like I sit down to do a project and it should only take 5 minutes, and instead it takes an hour. Go figure. Anyways, so here's today's card. So hopefully some of you out there understand my frustration when I sit down to make a card and it seems to take much longer than it should. I feel like a lot of you out there can sympathize with me on that one. I think that's gonna do it for today's video. If you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up, let YouTube know that you like my video, and then hopefully YouTube will share it across YouTube land. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, hit subscribe, then click the bell icon to get great notifications every time I post a new video or go live. You can also get social with me over on my social media channels. Those are all listed down in the description below. They include Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and more. Make sure to go over there and say hello. I hope everybody has a great day. Remember guys, normal's just a setting on the dryer. Bye!